Hi, everybody, and welcome back. This is Jackie Schwab from the Press Play Inspired Lifestyle podcast. So, today and every day now, we do interviews with interesting people like our friend Katie here on topics that help our listeners, that's you, find the resources, tools, and support they need to be their best inspired selves. So, how are you today, Katie?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me on here. I really
Oh,
appreciate
you're welcome.
it.
No
Excited.
problem at all. I love podcasting. I love meeting new people and hearing about their stories and finding like their like the why they're doing what they're doing. So I appreciate you taking the time as well.
Yeah, it's cool. You have a cool job. I think it's very neat getting to interview and meet all these people from all around the world and what they do and their life story. It's so cool.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's one of my favorite parts is you're right, I'm meeting people that are not local. Like
yeah.
we've had UK folks on and some people from Japan. We have someone that's coming up from China. So it's been really fun to just even meet all these different people and have an opportunity to learn how they all provide their services in a different way. So it's really exciting.
That is. It's so cool. That's
So
fun.
tell us a little bit about you. Like what's your thing? What are you doing? What kind of business do you run?
So I help couples that are struggling to get pregnant. I help them improve their physical, emotional, and spiritual health so they can maximize their chances of getting pregnant. Um,
So
it's
what led you into that kind of job? Like what was the reason you started doing that?
so my husband and I, we struggled ourselves. It was 3 very long, dark, emotional roller coaster of years that we went through before we had our first child. And it I after I had my son, I went back to school for to become a holistic nutritionist, a certified nutrition therapist. And then that's when I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna help other couples just because it is so incredibly difficult emotionally, physically, just everything on all aspects of your life dealing with that. And you feel so alone and you don't know what to do. And so, yeah, so that's how I decided to take that degree and specialize in helping other couples that are struggling. So, um,
Yeah, I bet so. I think we have a lot of people on the show who have had some sort of mess happen, right? Something that was not their best time. And very often out of the ashes rises up someone stronger that takes other people's hands and helps pull them up, right? So it
exactly.
sounds like that's sort of what you were inspired to do is not let anyone else feel quite so alone.
Yes, exactly. And my nutrition degree also led me, just aside from my nutrition degree, just all of the independent research that I've done over the years on fertility and infertility, and just trying to figure out, like, why is this happening? Why is this like becoming a new epidemic? And how can we fix it? And what can we do to treat things naturally? Because we went through all like the conventional doctors, and all they want to do is give you, the fertility medications and the pills and the treatments and that kind of stuff. And I was like, there has to be, why? Like, what, first of all, what's causing this? And secondly, what can we do to fix it naturally? So,
So what did you uncover then? So like with your specialties being sort of nutrition related and fertility, in that explicitly in that area, what are there foods that are like no-nos for baby making? Are there like eat all of these are really good? Like what did you find out?
well, I mean, first of all, everybody is unique and everybody has different things going on. But the main thing that I've discovered is detoxing, because we live in this modern world nowadays, and our food, our drinking water, our just the air we breathe, our everything we have in our home, like their beauty care products, like everything that we encounter is very toxic, unfortunately. That's the sad part. But however, there are ways to clean up our bodies, because that is the main contributor that I have found is people need to detox their body, clean it up. Yes, they are required to eliminate some foods, and everybody's different as to what food is good or not good for them. And then once you clean it up and once you kind of like remove that root cause as to why they're struggling, then you give the body the right tools. It's able to heal itself, and then it can get pregnant naturally. So,
So are
um,
there like a dirty dozen or like foods that even though most people are unique, like you should probably not eat? You probably shouldn't drink like 12 bottles of wine, right? I mean, I'm sure that well, maybe that's what you needed to get pregnant. I don't know, but I'm sure there's some things. Is there anything that's sort of
well,
universally bad?
I mean, I
Or
guess I would say universally, caffeine, especially coffee, is not good. It dehydrates the body, and once you become pregnant, you should not be drinking coffee. Chocolate, believe it or not, is a baby making no-no. Um, that's really about it. I mean, universal wise, because like I said, everybody's kind of unique and has different things going on.
yeah,
Um,
that's fair. So I like a totally not related topic, but related. I know like migraines are similar. So when I was a kid, there was like this whole list of foods that are possible
yes,
things that cause them. Like hot dogs were on there because they had nitrates in them, and like the red wine, which at like 7 I wasn't really rocking anyway, but there's sulfates, and so they're like, so just stop eating this one and see if it helps, and like it kept going down this very very long list until mine luckily was near the top. Hot dogs were a big deal for me, but um that they were actually physiologically causing significant amount of pain because my body didn't like that
yeah,
food.
yeah. Well, I guess like the main foods would be gluten, soy, dairy, sometimes eggs. Um, I guess those would be like the main contributors.
Yeah, and those are similar to the like a lot of people when they're trying to just get more healthy, right? Or they're trying to find a better, their
Yeah.
body is reacting in a negative way for some other reason. They're like, all right, well, let's see if soy is a problem. Let's see if gluten's a problem.
Hmm.
Um, I have a child on the autism spectrum, and the very first thing they do is have you consider being casein free, right? And then so there's like this list of things to start to see if the body needs to be supported differently.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
So I really love. I don't know if you remember it on your website, but I'm sure you thought through. But what is your mission? Like, is there something specific that you're trying to do in the world in terms of your fertility role or your business?
Yes, absolutely. I just want people to know that just because a doctor tells you, hey, you can't get pregnant, or you have PCOS, or you have endometriosis, or you have unexplained infertility, or male infertility, or secondary infertility, that, you're going to struggle, or you might not be able to have kids. Like, that is so not true. All of those things are 100% fixable. It just takes dedication, time, and changing diet and lifestyle to fix it. But you can 100% fix those things. So my mission is to educate people about how to clean up their bodies, how to increase their nutrients, like their vitamins, their minerals, because that's also extremely important when we're trying to get pregnant. If you don't have enough vitamins and minerals, I mean, if you're deficient in that stuff, like, you could not get pregnant. Like, that could be your sole reason why you're not getting pregnant. So just educating them how to be healthier, how to clean up their bodies, and inspiring them that just because you get a diagnosis from a doctor is not your end all be all. So
Yeah.
there's hope.
If it helps, I have an aunt with PCOS, and she had a daughter, and her daughter now has PCOS, and it they're still having children, right? Um, and I have another friend who had endometriosis, and she had her second child. So I think that there's always good stories too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, so who is your ideal client? Like, what are they feeling right now or struggling with and you want to just like grab them and help them get out of that feeling?
My ideal client is somebody who is ready, like is so sick and tired of dealing with this that they're ready and willing to do whatever it takes. Like if I tell them to stop eating sugar, like their most desired food is sugar, and I tell them stop eating sugar for 60 days or whatever, they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm starting tomorrow. Like they're ready to jump on board, willing to do whatever it takes, whatever I say to get the end result of becoming pregnant. That's my ideal client.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I think it's interesting to me sometimes that people are willing to go to a doctor and have like a surgical procedure done, or to have some kind of um, medicine, like toxic things shoved in you, right? Put inside of your body. But I'm not giving up chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, let's just give up chocolate and see how that goes. Like, it's going to
Well,
cost less too, you know?
and the thing is, like, yes, these things, these diet and lifestyle changes they can be incredibly difficult. Like,
Oh yeah. I
eating,
like my sugar.
everybody, it's a
Yeah.
very addictive substance. That's why we like it. But, um, it's all about dedication. Like, are you dedicated to getting your outcome? If you are, then that means you're willing to do anything it takes to get there. And that's kind of what I need from my client.
Yeah, so they're coachable, right? They're ready and
Yes,
willing to
coachable.
change
And
their life and bring a
mhm,
new little human into it. So
yeah.
that's
And I
wonderful.
mean, and the other thing is too, like you have to be willing to make changes as you're going along too. Like, okay, we tried A, that didn't work, then let's move on to plan B. We're going to try this, like, because it's kind of all about trial and error and figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So,
Yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense. Is that a kitty or a puppy?
oh, it's a yellow lab.
Oh, hi, puppy. I have a black lab, so he's cute
They
too.
are the best.
I
Like,
know. He's such a snuggle bear. I'm like, oh,
yeah, she's
uh,
amazing.
she's being good too. She's like, hey, mom, I'm here. You can pet me now. So if someone is like ready to just be done with what they're going through and they're really looking to reach out to someone like you, what is the best way to contact you? Like, how should they approach you and so they can work with you?
Well, my email is katie@katiebyrnewellness.com. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll make sure we have that in the show notes for sure.
Okay. And then my website is katiebyrnewellness.com. Um, I am very active in my Facebook group. It is called Get Pregnant Naturally, Healthy Mamas Make Healthy Babies. That's probably where I spend the most of my time educating the women in the group, um, and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, you could also book a call with me, you know, a 45-minute breakthrough session. And on that call, we just you'll dive into your story, what's going on, things you've tried, things you haven't tried. And then I'll let you know what I think, if I think I can help you, if we'd be a good fit to work together. And if so, then we can work together. So,
Wonderful. I
yeah.
love that. So is there anything else you would like to share with the audience before we go? Like any tips or last minute advice or just positivity for their journey forward?
Yeah, just never give up. I mean, as we kind of already talked about, like if you are determined to become a mom, like I don't care if you've been struggling for 5 years, 10 years, like it is possible. If you're still getting your cycle every month, instead of looking at it as a negative thing, like, oh, it's here again, spin it around and look at the positive. Like, okay, yay, I'm still getting my period. That means I'm still fertile. That means I have another month to try to get pregnant. And, there's ways to fix it. And ways to fix it naturally too. I do work with people that, still want to go down the conventional road, because the healthier you are, the better chances, if you want to go through with the IUI or the IVF, like the better the chances of that sticking and working, the healthier you are. So, but my main mission and goal is that if you don't have something physically wrong, like you can get pregnant naturally. Like we can fix all of these things. And It's just about digging deep, finding that root cause, giving you the tools that your body needs to heal, and allowing it to heal and get pregnant naturally. So, and it's very possible. I've seen it with my clients. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for spending time with us today. And I look forward to staying in touch. If I find any mamas struggling, I know where to send them now.
thank you very much. I
All
enjoyed
right. We'll see you soon.
very
Bye.
nice meeting you. Take
You,
care.
you too. Bye.